everyone for joining another solo stuttering live stream. I'm Travis, and I stutter when I talk. So sometimes my words may take a little longer to come out. So as long as you're patient with me, and I'm patient with me, then we're good. I first started stuttering when I was in third grade. So that's around age 8 or 9, and I was put in speech therapy pretty much right away, and 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 kept seeing speech therapists off and on until my 20s, and I've probably seen uh, 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 about a dozen different speech therapists over the years, and actually, I'm a speech therapist myself now. So I can also help people that stutter, or if they have other difficulties with speech and language. So if anyone has questions about stuttering, then please ask them in the chat. In the meantime, I will talk a little about my own history with speech therapy. So I I first started seeing a speech therapist when I was in the third grade. Shortly after I started stuttering, and back then in the the late 90s in particular, speech therapy was, well, speech therapy for stuttering was more so about how do we get you to blend in as a fluent speaker. So it seems like you don't stutter. It was not about, hey, stuttering may happen in your life. We can give you strategies to better manage it, but let's also work on acceptance and being okay with the fact that you do stutter. So historically, stuttering therapy kind of causes a lot of anxiety for the client, because you are kind of, or you were taught that stuttering was bad, that that you shouldn't talk that way, and and you should just speak when you can get it out smoothly without stuttering. And that increases a lot of anxiety and pressure for the stutterer, because no strategy is guaranteed to always work. Eventually, we will stutter, and sometimes it may not happen as frequently than others. However, when the goal is always to not stutter when you talk, then you will really start doing whatever you can to not stutter. Sometimes that will mean switching words. So if I'm talking to you and I want to say the word big, but I know that I'll stutter on it, I can switch it for a synonym. So I can say large, giant, enormous, huge, whatever word that I may not stutter on. What that does, though, is gives stuttering more power over how you could communicate, because it's forcing you to change what you're saying, and therefore the meaning of what you're saying changes too, and that does not feel good. I have thoughts that I'm formulating in my head, and when I specifically change words just so I won't stutter as much. That that just feels really discouraging, and I won't want to talk as much. So the other thing about past speech therapy that focused on changing how you talk so you won't stutter was that that pressure that builds up to keep being perceived as fluent, that will make me want to just stop talking, because that is the only way to guarantee that I won't stutter, is by not talking. So that never feels good for a stutterer. So presently, speech therapy for stuttering has kind of evolved over the past few years to be more person-centered, where they may teach you some strategies to help manage your stutter, so you're less likely to get stuck as frequently or as hard. But they also so focus on trying to improve your acceptance around stuttering, to 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 help you recognize if you stutter, that's okay, and that really reduces so much anxiety with your speech, and encourages you to keep talking regardless of potentially stuttering during it. So that's what I wanted to start off with. Now I will check out some comments from the chat. So please ask your questions about stuttering, and I will answer pretty much all of them. Um, I wanted to ask you, can you do a controlled stutter, like when you show the different types of stuttering? Yes. So when I stutter on purpose, that's called pseudo stuttering or fake stuttering, and that actually can be a really positive therapy tool as well, because you are still presenting as a stutterer, but you're doing it in a controlled way. So the three types of stuttering are repetitions, la 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 la, like that. There's prolongations, like that, and then there's silent blocks, like that, where you try and speak, but no sound comes out at all. And sometimes during that pseudo stuttering, even though it's more controlled, you may still stutter. So it may turn into a real block, or a real repetition. Hi, Travis. Good to see you again. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you could join. Uh, you just need some shrooms, brah. Yeah, so that's um, a comment from someone who's probably seen Paul Stamets. He's the leading mycologist in the country, at least. He he's shared that he used to have a pronounced stutter, and then took a large dose of mushrooms, and then throughout a wild experience, woke up the following day and did not stutter. Research is super limited on this. I have definitely tried multiple times, multiple psychedelics, um, just because it worked, and anecdotally for one person does not guarantee that it will work for for more people, or for many of us. Maybe he's on to something with it, but at least for myself, that hasn't worked yet. Um, so I still stutter the same after each trip. However, my 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 mental outlook around stuttering, and my acceptance with it certainly improves, but I still stutter. So just telling someone who stutters that they should take shrooms, I mean, you're assuming what worked for one person will work for all, and you're assuming that that I haven't already tried, which I have. July is National Disability Pride Month. Great month to spread awareness and normalize stuttering. Oh, nice. I did not know that was going on right now. Um, I have a cousin who stutters. We usually make jokes with each other. He ruthlessly makes fun of me, and every time he starts stuttering, I pretend to be a DJ scratching a record. That is certainly a close relationship that you both have then. I think most people wouldn't be as keen to joke about those things, at least at the start of that relationship. But I'm very glad that you're both come for to bowl with it. Is it so that you only say the important things, or do you chit chat also? Talking is difficult for you, so I can imagine that you don't want, or sorry, that you don't talk about unimportant things. Um, this kind of varies actually. I'm I'm pretty comfortable to talking with most people most of the time. Um, but still, I don't really like talking about pointless things. If or I I try not to say a thing just to say it. So I'm usually pretty deliberate in my speech. Part of that is simply because I stutter, and I know that it takes me longer. So being conscious of other people's time, I try to be succinct and pretty much just say what's necessary, because yes, someone else may not stutter, but if it takes them 3 minutes to explain something that 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 should just take them 1 minute, but they just talk around their explanation, then there's really no difference uh, there versus me explaining something for 3 minutes where I'm doing it succinctly, and the wise would just take me 1 minute. Hopefully that made sense. It's nice to know you have sense of humor, because usually people become bitter. Yes, I'm definitely pretty big on humor and making light of difficult situations. However, uh, I try to be respectful too, because some people just are quite ready for it. And there is a difference between making light of something that's challenging and then making fun of it. So the intent is important for sure. I haven't been on in a while. I've still been doing my daily challenges, thanks to you, Travis. Thank you. Yeah, I've actually been wondering uh, I, how you've been doing, Em. So so so, so thanks for checking in, and we're very glad to hear that you're still moving forward. Travis, how did yesterday's interview go? I'll watch it as soon as this live is over. Thank you. Yeah, that was on Sunday with my friend Dylan that also stutters, and that was a really great chat. It was about 1 hour long, and we got into how stuttering has impacted his life over the years, and how it encouraged him to become a speech therapist as well. So very good talk. So thanks for, for watching that one. Uh, I have arrived back. Welcome, Leah. Uh, uh, my stuttering actually has been getting worse than usual. What should I do so it doesn't get even more worse than it was before? This is tough. So I'll give you a little background first. So stuttering works in cycles. So we will have some cycles, some periods of times where we will stutter more. Some times we will stutter less, and this may last for a couple days. It may last a couple months, or it may be your new speech pattern, the way that your stutter begins to present itself from here on out for the most part. Now, probably not. probably this is just a tougher cycle. Um, Now, different things can impact our speech. So, if we are more excited, more stressed, anxious, tired, if there's change in routine, things like that usually will make us stutter more. They're not causes, but they typically do exacerbate stuttering. So, what can you do when this is going on? Well, if so, I will assume that you're not currently seeing a speech therapist. Um, One thing that would make it worse is letting it impact your everyday life. So recognizing that you're stuttering harder, you're stuttering more, and because that's going on, you stop talking as much, and you begin to seclude and 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 stop participating in speaking situations. That will make it harder to get back in your zone where you can talk more comfortably. Maybe you would still stutter, but you're more confident because you'd be talking more consistently. So my advice is keep talking, keep going out, putting yourself in speaking situations. If you go to a restaurant, uh, order your food rather than pointing on the menu. Or better yet, you can ask them questions about their menu too. So you can get more practice with just talking. And it doesn't matter if you do stutter, because the goal right now is to expose yourself to just talking more. Um, and that hopefully will desensitize you to how much you are stuttering, because you are still talking. Um, yeah, so that was a little longer response, but hopefully that was worthwhile for you. Good luck. I saw a video where if you rub marijuana under the tongue, the stuttering stops. Is that correct for a temporary period? That I know of, no. Hmm. Uh, Research on marijuana and stuttering is also limited. Uh, I've met hundreds of stutterers. We have many of us talked about this type of thing. Some find that marijuana helps them with their stutter, with reducing anxiety. Some find it way worse. Mine, I will stutter much harder when I use it. So I don't. Um, uh, I have never heard that your stutter will stop by doing that, though. Uh, I've heard for some people it will be reduced, but not stopped. So did your doctor ever recommend beta blockers? It helps calm the nerves to perform better. No, that sounds pretty intense. No, I don't know what the research is on that and stuttering as well. Um, from what I know, no medicine has positively, effectively, and consistently reduced stuttering. Uh, Hi, mate. I used to watch your videos. Well, thank you. Hopefully, you still do. Uh, you used to. So hopefully, have any studies been done on major depression in in uh, 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 in uh, stutterers? Are stutterers more likely to suffer from depression than the general population? Studies, yes and no. So, for example, one of the more common assessments that speech therapists would use for stutterers is the uh, OASIS. And what that measures is how stuttering impacts your everyday life. And uh, so, so usually, well, quite often that will show that many stutterers are are extremely impacted by their speech, and it has a negative, uh, which results in a negative outlook their own life. Uh, so uh, so we have that uh, on an individual level. Um, I'm sure that there have been studies about depression and stuttering. I suspect most stutterers would relate to that because many of us become self-conscious about talking and then talk less, and and that negatively impacts our social and professional interactions. Um, um, So I suspect it to be true, but don't have a study in front of me to confirm it. Uh, hey, I don't know if this is rude, but can you speak in a singing tone to see how it works? Sorry if I'm being rude, and if you don't want to, it's completely all right. Thank you. Yeah, so most stutterers can sing without stuttering. Uh, Singing a song is a bit different than talk singing. So when I get stuck on a word, it's really difficult to sing my way out of it. With that being said, uh, there are some strategies where you kind of sing to get your words out. And so you can do things like stretching or prolongation. They're often called different things. Um, and so you kind of hold out your sound longer than you typically would. And quite often that can help you get your word out. But yeah, many people confuse being able to sing and not stutter with you should just always sing, and that's just very different. I'm sure this has been asked before, but have you ever tried RSO, Rex Simpson oil, to see if it has any positive effects? Uh, I'm curious, as it has helped me with a very wide range of ailments. I have never heard of that before, so I haven't tried it. No, I just found your YouTube channel 5 minutes ago, and now I'm subbed. Thank you. That's really kind. So thank you. Bro, can you sing one song? Yes. So on my page, you can find videos of me singing and not stuttering. You deserve to be more popular. Thank you. Do you play any computer games? I've played with some on on a headset. Who? Oh, I'm sorry. I've played with someone on a headset who was stuttering. It was working great. I don't really game. I love board games and card games and puzzles and riddles. Um, they are some of my favorite things. But no, I don't really play uh, computer games though. Do you feel uh, out a breath the longer you stutter when trying to say a longer sentence? Yes, stuttering is exhausting, and so what happens when we stutter is our vocal cords in our throat they they tighten up. So so when they're loose, the air in our lungs can pass through them through our throat, and then we can make sound. But when our throat gets really tense, the no air can leave our lungs, no air can be breathed in, and so stuttering, you're just constantly uh, holding your breath, and you're not doing it on purpose. So it's almost like your body is choking you without your consent, because you, you don't want to stutter, and it sometimes happens at very random times. So you could be talking, and then all of a sudden, your breath just gets held for you, and so it's very tiring. And you'll typically find that I take a, a deeper breath right after a lot of stuttering. That's because I have no more air in my lungs, because my breath was being held when I was trying to, to speak. I love your content. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Have there been any moments where you said a complete sentence without stuttering, like you forgot that you stutter? Yeah, so it's not that I forget that I stutter. Sometimes my body just lets me speak without getting stuck. So yeah, I can sometimes get multiple sentences out without stuttering. Usually, though, I will stutter on every two to like 5 words, maybe. Hey, bro, you have a professional, nice voice. Can you make your own music? Thank you. Uh, I probably won't. I think that there are already uh, too many good musicians, and I don't feel like I'm one of them. Maybe I'll make one song at some point, but probably not an album. Well, in fact, I made a song back in college, actually. So maybe I'll make another song, but probably not a full album. do you think someone with a split personality will stutter for both personalities? I have no idea. Um, hmm, that is a neat thought. I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah. All right, everyone. I will stop here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sending in questions. Thank you to E Squared, my moderator. Um, I will be going on a trip tomorrow for a week or so. So I may not have a live stream next week, but I will be working on a longer video to put out in place of that. So thank you and take care.